If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. Welcome. My name is Lara. We're going to take a look ahead at the next 7 days. Join me, won't you? We're here on Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. This is taking us through the week into September 22nd. Okay, so there's going to be a lot. We'll talk a little bit about the astrology, and then we'll dive in with some tarot and see a little bit more detail as to what energy is going to be coming our way over the next 7 days. Okay, so, and there's a couple things. Number one, if you're seeing this and it is not Tuesday, September 16th, that's okay. Maybe it's not even a Tuesday. It's fine. This is the next 7 days ahead for you wherever you are. And that's because time is not linear. So it doesn't really matter when this is reaching you. You're tapped in very likely to whatever it is we're talking about here in some capacity. So you're finding this whenever you need it, if it's even for you. Okay. Yeah, these are general readings. So we're looking at a broader scope for everyone who's coming to the video. This is the energies, the themes, and the patterns. So it's likely that it won't be super specific to you. I encourage you, okay, to use your own discernment about what resonates, what doesn't, what may be meant for you. But even if it is meant for you, whether or not you want to take it, okay, this is totally up to you. Please use your own brain, your own critical thinking skills, and your own decision making. You get to do whatever you want with your life, okay? And that's on you. I don't know what's happening. I just look at the pretty pictures on the cards and I tell you what I see. I will say I am also connected in with this, so, but there's like not really escaping that. And I feel like anyone who tells you otherwise is, I mean, I don't know. As far as general readings go, okay? And what else? Yeah, so it's a little bit more general because it's for the collective of people coming to the video. If you want something a little bit more specific, oh my gosh, please reach out. I'm available, okay? DMs are open, honey, for this. Okay. Let's just be clear. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the vibe. And did I miss anything? I don't think so. Trust your intuition. You already know the way. Hopefully, like, what I have to say here will give you some sense of clarity or insight or comfort in these motherfucking trying times. That's it. That's all. I'm realizing too, I just started this video without my microphone. I wonder how much of a difference it makes, but let me just pause for a second. I was so excited about just starting the video. Okay, oh, hold on. All right, here we go. Bueller. Okay, great. I don't know if that really makes that much of a difference, but yeah, I just noticed. So anyway, that may be something. Who knows? What does that mean? Remembering, I don't know. Disruption, definitely. Okay, so we're keying in to some themes. Anyway, yeah, I think that's all I have to say in my like little pre-show ramble. Okay. And yeah, are you ready for this? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the astrology that we have coming up, that we are in. Okay. So first of all, we're midway through the eclipse portal, which is something I kind of recognized after I put out my last couple of videos. But anyway, whatever. We're in the midst of an eclipse portal here between the eclipses of the full moon that happened in Pisces on September 7th, and the new moon, which is coming later at the end of this week. Okay. So it's, I don't know about you, it's felt pretty liminal to me. I know I kind of live my life there, but extra so. This is all happening within the season of Virgo. So we're working with themes of like, Virgo is detail oriented. This is about details like down to like the daily routines. Okay. Supporting health as well. I think I was reading something this morning that Virgo is a lot about like digestion. So this is a time of like digesting, whether that's literal or figurative. I know for me, I've been working a lot on my food. So that's not an accident. And like the daily routines around that. So if you're finding yourself there, that's great. You don't have to be though. All right. But this is an energy we've been working with in Virgo season. We will be leaving Virgo season by the end of the week. But, oh yeah, right. Okay. Hold on. So today on the 16th that I'm putting this video out, we're starting the week off with a lot of Chiron energy. Are you feeling it? I am. I've already cried like 4 times today. And not just because I'm about to start my period, but also probably because of that. Regardless, Chiron is the wounded healer. So give yourself some grace around anything that's coming up as far as your triggers, your past wounding. Chiron is also got a lot to do with the mystery as well. So, cut yourself some slack, especially today, every day, but cut yourself some slack because in this eclipse portal that we're in, we are literally shedding layers. We're stepping into the new moon by the end of the week and becoming this new version of ourselves. So if you're already kind of working on new routines, if you're focusing on, those could be anything. Also, if you've been like clearing things out, girl, I've just spent the last like 2 full days clearing out and cleaning the apartment. I am nowhere near done, but I tackled 2 closets. Oh, and that's like my flex. I have 2 closets in my apartment because I live in New York City. But I cleaned them, I organized them, and I'm feeling really good about that. So it's getting over the hurdle of just getting started, because this is like, there's like a real sense of purge here. This is typical for eclipse season because what no longer serves you isn't coming with you in our next phase. Okay. You don't need it. It's not coming. People, places, things. And also, as you clear out people, places, things, habits, energies, whatever name you want to call it, eclipses will also eclipse in. Okay. So it's not all about the loss, but as the loss comes up, sit with it, be gentle with it, and know that you're making space for something new. Okay. But yeah, it's been a real weird place. All of the things that are happening are like pretty typical of this energy, and this energy, I mean, this whole year, but definitely this particular like eclipse is, there's a lot of stuff happening that hasn't happened at the same time before, if that makes sense. So it is a lot. If you feel like it's a lot, that's because it is. So that's where we're starting the week. And then moving through the eclipse portal, again, the 21st, which is Sunday the 21st, I guess depending on where you are, whatever. This is our new moon in Virgo. This is the second Virgo new moon. Um, Solar eclipse, because the full moon was a lunar eclipse. If you saw that, that was the blood moon. She was gorgeous. Um, but the new moon, lunar eclipse, new moons already are potent time for manifestations, these are portals into new beginnings, okay? You don't need to push too much because it's an eclipse season. So the universe is going to do a lot of this for you. You just need to be open and ready. You need to be ready to let go where you need to let go and so that you can receive whatever it is you're meant to receive. Okay. Um, and so I anticipate, and as an eclipse, this is going to be just amplified and multiplied energy. So, um, so you do what you need to do. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot. Um, but it's working for us. And then the 22nd, we have the fall equinox, right? It's the the equinox. And that is about bringing balance. Okay. It's the same amount of light and dark before we head into the like autumnal winter seasons where the light shortens and the darkness grows. Okay. So also the veil is super thin. If you've been having crazy vivid dreams, this is on track. There's a lot. Okay. But we're going to be gentle with ourselves as we move through this energy. Okay. Cause we have to. So big week coming up. I hope you're ready for it. That's kind of all I've got to say about that. So shall we just get into it? I think so. Whoa! We got our Oracle of Mystical Moments here. So let's get our like theme vibe. Let's see what we got. Cute. Okay, 8. Red Garden. This card is like so cool with all the pink in the background. We have somebody who is a literal flower person. There's vines around their legs. There's a little bird on their shoulder as well. And I just love like the teal and the pink and the green. It's really, really beautiful. Red Garden. What is she giving me already? There's a sense of confidence. I feel like there's a lot of fuchsia, and I'm not exactly sure what fuchsia means, but the red of the Red Garden is that's, passion. It's fiery. Let's see what the book has to say. Let's see if I'm on to anything here. Okay, pleasure. There we go. Passion. Red Garden, gratitude, pleasure, happiness. I like the sound of that. That's right. On this card, we see a woman strolling through a garden full of flowers. The sky glows with pink petals, and the ground has turned a luminescent blue. So I was supposed to be noticing all those colors. The woman finds great peace in being one with nature. The flowers have become part of her body, and a parrot feels at home on her shoulder. During her walk down the path of life, she keeps happiness and gratitude in her heart. She notices the simple pleasures of life and is thankful for all nature has given her. So right out of the gate, and I think this is so interesting considering just sort of like where we are in the world, it can be really difficult to be grateful and to be happy in a world that feels like it's on fire, in a world that's really scary. However, there's a song that's coming to my mind. It's like an older song, if you know it. Like it's like really old, like from the 20s or 30s or something. And I think it's called Enjoy Yourself. The whole song is like, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Like you don't really get a lot of time. And I think there's, you know, there's that initial reaction of like things are heavy or scary or whatever it is that you're going through and whatever feelings that you're feeling. Yes. And if you're an actor, if you've ever done improv, yes. And okay. Yes. And there's enjoying ourselves is often the, you know, that's the greatest resistance to a world that feels like it's consuming you. Okay. You are here to have an experience and enjoy yourself where and how you can. That also depends on your definition of what enjoyment is. And I think that's an interesting thing to bring up. Okay, how are you enjoying yourself? Maybe that's a question to be asking. Okay. Okay, interesting. Let's get our Sauce oracle here. Get a few of these and see what she says. After all that ranting, sure, why not? Okay, but we have sure, why not? Prove it. And let's show them. I think that is kind of echoing what I was just saying about enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. As far as maybe there is, and I am connecting with this, it's maybe it has felt like you kind of need some sense of evidence or proof that what you are setting out to do is possible. But what you're setting out to do is not something necessarily that anyone else has really done, or you're doing something in a way that's you're doing it in the same thing in a way that's very different than how other people do it. Perhaps one or both of those things. Okay. But this is, I think, with the idea of like, are you enjoying yourself in this process? Right? Like, what do you really have to lose? Sure. Why not? Prove it. I think this is the blockage, and this is where we struggle, because it's like, oh, but am I going to be okay? Is this going to work out? There's questions around the end place, goal, something. Let's show them. And let's show them. Let's show them. I could see this as twofold. I could see this like you're asking for proof from the universe that this is going to be okay. And, or I'm seeing overcoming this blockage and you are now ready. Like, let's show them because I'm proving it to me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. I think we're picking up on something here. Let's get our tarot cards. All right. And we're going to ask for 3 cards to show us a little bit more about, is that it? A little bit more about what we're talking about for this week. 3 cards just fell out. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. Hold, please. I need to talk to these cards for a second. Okay. Are you ready? Let's do it. Shadow cards. Starting here at the bottom of the deck, our shadow cards are representing our subconscious. We have justice in reverse. So I think this is a lot of the karmic injustice that we have dealt with. This is coming up to the surface here for us. Okay. The Queen of Swords is behind that. And the Queen of Swords, very protective energy. I think there's something here about detaching from the feeling of injustice or the disappointment from the injustices. Life has not been fair, but you are maybe in some ways you've closed yourself off a little bit, but it really is to gain a better perspective, creating boundaries where there were none. Okay. Perhaps the injustices and the disappointments were around the ways in which you didn't have boundaries, maybe. But either way, this energy really has us feeling pretty insecure. We're not really feeling like ourselves. Even if we have done work to set clear boundaries out of a place of self-respect, it's almost like this space in between there's like a space in between, and it feels weird and you don't feel like yourself necessarily. Or it's been very draining to your energy dealing with this. And the energy of the Emperor in reverse, I think there has been, there's been authorities or, I feel like this is all, because we're talking about the subconscious, this is going to be more internal for you. So this sense of like self-domination is still really coming up. Out of conditioning or like a lack of strong masculine figures in your life. This could be like a father figure. Doesn't have to be. And, it's interesting because then we have the wheel behind that. Things are still moving for you, especially because eclipse season. I feel like this is an eclipse season reminder. We also have the light and the dark, which is making me think about the solstice that we're going to have. Maybe spend some specific reflective time around the new moon and the solstice, finding your balance. The wheel is turning for you. And where before it felt like it was not turning in your favor, you are entering a new chapter and a new season, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. And even if you feel Maybe you've pulled yourself back too much because of whatever this energy is here. But the wheel is turning. Your magic is working with the magician. Even though you feel confused or foggy, maybe running around the rabbit hole, and delusional, okay? Like, your support is coming and your celebration is coming, okay? So that's what we've got underneath the surface. This is what's running everything in our life right now. Let's go ahead and get into the cards of the week. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Because I don't think it will be. But listen, this is why we need to trust the shifting of the wheel. Whether or not it seems like it's working out for you, it's all working out for you. Even these injustices that you've gone through. If you're doing the work, it's working out for you. Okay? The universe brings you things to show you things. It's what you do with that information that brings you into alignment. Okay, great. So, all that being said, we've got the devil energy here to start our week. Heavy shadow, eclipse portal, okay? The devil here is coming up as, I almost want to say like a guide, okay? We equate the devil with certain things. The devil in tarot is a reminder that the things that are holding us back are things that we have created within and of ourselves. Whatever master you feel chained to, you are the one who can remove the chains and step out of the situation. Okay? The devil is a master of illusions. The devil is a liar. Okay? The devil is very misunderstood. All right? Just because the demons come up doesn't mean it's a bad thing. This is showing us this week, right out of the gate, where we have let certain things control us, and leaving this eclipse portal, that stuff cannot control us any longer. What stuff, you might ask? Well, to each their own, and more will always be revealed. But what it looks like, honey. We do have the Knight of Pentacles energy, and it's not, you work so hard, okay? No one is saying that. But we have, and the Knight of Pentacles is a beautiful energy, even if he is a little slow. But he is meticulous and he takes his time. And he's building something real and something solid for expansion. However, this is coming with the energy of the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I think this week, what the devil is here revealing for us is where we have persisted in building a foundation around something that is all talk, something or someone or somewhere that is all talk. Maybe the ways we've built foundation around our own negative emotion. Does that make sense? Like, what are those things that you think you need foundationally that are having a negative impact for you? Um, does that make sense? Do I need to use myself as an example? I can try, because what do I mean? Um, so, so I was thinking about it, I think last night, this morning. Okay. So I've started getting back on like counting calories and focusing on eating things that are healthy and that are really nourishing. And also like not ignoring the fact that I like to enjoy myself. And I like to eat delicious things. Where though am I eating out of this necessity to like feel better because of handling difficult emotions? And like, who would I be if I hadn't built up around that aspect? Does that make sense? I don't know if that was helpful. And I think it's going to, it could be one thing, it could be a lot of things for you. The Knight of Cups represents someone or something that like talks a big game but does not follow through. Okay. This is, yeah, I don't know if I have more to say about that. Um, Things that are draining you, maybe, is a part of it, because with cups, we're talking about emotions. So, you know, and I think there's something still to be said of the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you built all this up around whatever it is that's not serving you. So you built it all up. You can build it up around something else because you're letting this control you. And I'm not saying that that's easy to step out of that perceived mindset, because trust me, as a former addict to many things, it's difficult. Honestly. Like, I truly have to say, any day I don't have a needle in my arm is a good day. Do you know what I'm saying? But who are you if you are not under that influence or control? And how have you built up around that sort of identity or that negativity or that, you know, right? I think ultimately the question, this is what I've been asking myself over the last few days already, weeks perhaps, the version of yourself that you are becoming, how does that version of you handle where you are right now? Does that person rest when they need rest? Does that person reach for things that make them feel numb? Does that person have certain ideas or perceptions that they are attached to that are false narratives? Because whatever it is driving how you are building, and we are working towards building and expanding, okay, um solid foundations. Okay, I don't know if this was helpful. As per usual, we're going to find out as we go. So I think that's what we can look at. I think how do we tie this in with the red garden and all of that is like, you know, I'm seeing this as that future version of you that you're stepping into. Don't forget this person. Who are they? How do they move? And what areas, despite all of the discomfort and the grief and the heaviness and the injustice, how does that future version of you move through all of this and start doing that? And if you're interested in some extra credit, look up the myth, the descent of, or Inanna's descent, and you will kind of get the idea. This is the identity is being stripped away. And what's left? And how does that person move? Because you come out the other side forever changed. Okay, that's it. And those of you who know me, I'm not just bringing her up to bring her up. I really do feel that is the part of the connection here. Okay, anyway, but I would bring her up anyway. Anyway, that's it. I hope this was helpful. We're going to see. Listen, just get me through on my river of tears, all right? We're shedding and we're moving and everything is as it's supposed to be. You're beautiful regardless, okay? And I think that's something that we need to remember and maintain. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe, whatever. I'm here doing my thing. If you want more information on how to connect with me, there's some information down there below. I do private readings. If you want to get a little bit more specific, like I mentioned, and also if you're in the New York City area, I do have some, in-person stuff coming up, a little bit of something. Because spooky season is upon us. So you can come visit me in the wild if you're around. And yeah, otherwise, I'm right here with you. So let's do this. Let's get through. And by hell or high water, I will see you on the other side. I love you so much.